Hello and a huge welcome to English Made Easy, the channel that helps you learn English in the simplest, most effective way possible. We are so glad you're here with us today.
We really are, because today we're not just doing a lesson. We are doing a workout. But don't worry, you don't need any gym clothes. This is a workout for your mouth, your mind, and your English fluency.
That's right. We call it the super sentence method. It's one of our favorite ways to practice. The idea is incredibly simple. We're going to start with a tiny, easy sentence. It's like one single Lego block.
A very small Lego block, maybe just 2 pieces.
Exactly. Then at each level of our workout, we'll add another piece, another little part to our sentence. We'll add more detail, more description, and more grammar. We will build, and before you know it, you'll have built a masterpiece. A long, complex, and perfectly natural-sounding English sentence.
And the best part is that this method trains the real muscles you need for speaking. It trains your mouth to make the right sounds and connections, and it trains your brain to build longer, more interesting sentences without stopping to think about every single word. This is how you start to think in English.
Now, here is the most important rule of this workout. You have to do it with us. We want you to speak out loud, right now, wherever you are, even if you're on a bus and people think you're a little strange.
Laugh, or maybe just whisper it to yourself. The point is, your mouth needs to move. You need to feel the words. Even if you're just whispering to yourself, say it with us. This is how you build the natural rhythm and music of a native speaker. Are you ready?
I think they're ready. Let's get started with level 1. It's the easiest one, I promise. Okay, here is our starting block, our foundation. The sentence is, he goes.
That's it. So simple. Let's say it together. Get your mouth ready. 3, 2, 1.
He goes.
One more time. He goes. Now, even in this tiny sentence, there is a super important pronunciation detail that many learners miss. Let's look at the word goes.
How do you pronounce that last letter, the S? A lot of people might say it like a snake sound, s, like ghosts. But a native speaker with a general American accent will almost always make it a Z sound, a buzzing sound.
Exactly. Put your fingers on your throat, right here on your voice box. Now make a S sound. S. Do you feel anything? Probably not. It's just air. Now make a Z sound. Z. Like a bee. Z.
You feel that? That little vibration? That's the sound you want at the end of goes. It's not goes, it's goes.
Let's try it slowly. Go. Z. Goes. Can you hear the difference? It's a small change, but it makes a huge difference in how natural you sound. This happens with many verbs in the third person. He sees, she plays, it runs. They all have that buzzing Z sound.
This is also a great grammar reminder. When we talk about one other person, he, she, or it, in the simple present tense, the verb gets that S or ES at the end. I go, you go, but he goes. We can't forget that little letter. It's a very common mistake for learners. But you're not going to make it.
Not anymore. Okay, let's practice level 1 one last time, focusing on that perfect Z sound. Ready?
He goes.
Fantastic. You've laid the first break. Let's move on to the next level. Okay, our sentence is, he goes. But he goes where? To the park? To the store? Let's add a place. Our new sentence is, he goes to work.
Simple and clear. Now let's all say it together. Ready?
He goes to work.
Again, let's get the rhythm. He goes to work. Now, we have another huge pronunciation secret for you here. It's in the tiny word to, T-O. In English, we almost never say this word like to with a big, strong O sound when it's in the middle of a sentence.
That's right. We call it a reduced sound. It becomes weak. The strong sound is to. The weak reduced sound is t. It's the most common sound in English, called the schwa. It sounds like the in about.
So instead of saying he goes to work, a native speaker connects the words and reduces the to. It sounds like goes to. Can you hear that?
Let's break it down. First, we have our goes with the Z sound, then we add t. So it sounds like goes to. Listen closely. He goes to work.
Let's practice just that connection. Say it with us. Goes to, goes to, goes to work. It feels a little strange at first, but this is one of the biggest keys to sounding fluent. It's what creates the smooth, flowing music of English.
And what about the word work? That R sound is very important in American English. Your tongue should pull back in your mouth. It shouldn't touch the top of your mouth. It's not walk, it's work. You can feel the muscle in the back of your tongue working.
Let's put it all together. The Z sound on goes, the reduced K, and the strong in work. Listen to me say it and then repeat. He goes to work.
Your turn. He goes to work.
Perfect. We now know who we're talking about, he, and where he is going, to work. Our story is getting a little more interesting.
So he goes to work. But when does he go? Once a week? Today? Let's add a time frame to make our sentence more specific. Our level 3 sentence is, he goes to work every morning.
Okay. So this is a routine, a habit. This is something he does again and again. Let's all say this longer sentence together. Nice and slow at first.
He goes to work every morning. Let's try it again, a little faster, trying to link those words like we practiced. He goes to work every morning. Notice how goes to work just flows together now? Goes to work.
The new part here is every morning. Let's focus on the rhythm of these two words. In English, we don't say every word with the same stress or power. Some words are more important. In every morning, the important syllables are ev and more.
So it sounds like this, every morning. Let's try just that part. Every morning.
Good. Now let's talk about the word every. Be careful. It looks like it has 3 syllables, every. But in natural, fast speech, we almost always say it with 2. We swallow the middle syllable. So it's not every, it's every.
Listen closely. Every. Can you say that? It makes your speech so much faster and more natural. Now let's look at morning. Morning. Again, that strong American R sound, more, and the ning at the end. Make sure you get that NG sound at the back of your throat. It's not mornin', it's morning.
This is a perfect example of the simple present tense being used for routines. The phrase every morning is a signal. It tells us this isn't a one-time action. This is his life. This is what he does Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Poor guy. Okay, let's put our whole level 3 sentence together, thinking about all the pieces. The Z sound, the linked goes to work, and the rhythm of every morning. Here we go.
He goes to work every morning.
Now our story is okay, but it's a little boring. He goes to work every morning. So what? Let's add some emotion. How does he feel when he goes to work? This is how you make a story interesting. Our new sentence? He goes to work every morning feeling exhausted.
Oh, now we have some drama. He's not happy, he's not excited, he's exhausted. Let's all try to say the full sentence. It's getting longer, so take a deep breath. He goes to work every morning feeling exhausted.
Let's talk about that new word, exhausted. Exhausted. This is a fantastic word. It doesn't just mean tired. It means very, very, very tired. It's a stronger, more powerful word.
Right. If you didn't sleep well one night, you are tired. If you haven't slept for 2 days because you were studying for a huge exam, you are exhausted. It's like your body has no energy left. Your battery is at 0%.
Let's nail the pronunciation. It has 3 syllables. Listen. Exhausted. The stress, the most powerful part of the word, is on the second syllable, za.
Let's break it down. The first part is ig. Ig. Not X, but ig. The second part is the strongest, za. Za. It has that same z sound from goes, za. And the last part is stid, stid.
Exhausted. Exhausted. Now, the end of this word is very important. It ends with ed. The sound here is id, like the boy's name Ed. Exhausted. This is different from a word like walked, where the ed sounds like a T, or played, where it sounds like a D. For words ending in a T or D sound, like exhaust, we add the full id sound.
That's a great grammar point. So, what are some other easy words that mean the same thing as exhausted? You could say worn out or drained. Imagine all the water draining out of a bathtub. That's how your energy feels. You're drained.
I love that. So in our sense, we have this new part, comma, feeling exhausted. This is a participle phrase. It tells us more about the subject, he. It describes his state at the same time he is going to work. It's a great way to add more information to a sentence without starting a new one.
Okay, let's practice the whole thing. Remember the flow of the first part and then add this new feeling. Imagine you are the one who is super tired. Let your voice sound a little tired. Ready? He goes to work every morning feeling exhausted.
Excellent. Now we don't just have a character, we have a character with a problem. This is getting good.
So we know he's exhausted. The next logical question is why? Why is he so tired? A good storyteller always answers the why. Let's add the reason to our sentence. He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night.
Ooh, okay, that explains it. He didn't sleep at all. Staying up all night is a fantastic idiom. It's a very common phrase we use all the time.
It is. An idiom is a phrase where the meaning isn't obvious from the individual words. Staying up means not going to bed. All night means for the entire night. So staying up all night means to not sleep for the whole night from evening until morning.
Maybe he was studying, or maybe he was playing video games, or maybe he was binge watching a show on Netflix. We've all been there, right? You tell yourself, just one more episode, and suddenly the sun is coming up.
Guilty. I've definitely done that. So let's look at the pronunciation of the idiom, staying up all night. Notice how we link the words up and all? The P from up and the A from all connect. It sounds like appall. Appall. Staying up all night. This linking is what makes English sound so fast and connected. Let's practice that linked part.
Up, all, appall, appall night.
Great! Now, let's try the whole sentence. It's getting pretty long now, so this is a real workout for your memory and your mouth. Take a deep breath.
He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night.
Wow, that's a solid sentence. It tells a complete story. Who, he, what, goes to work, when, every morning. How? Feeling exhausted. Why? After staying up all night. It's a perfect little narrative.
And grammatically, we've added a prepositional phrase, after staying up all night, that explains the reason for his exhaustion. See how we are just adding more and more layers of detail?
Let's say it one more time, really feeling the story. Imagine this poor guy walking like a zombie to his job. He goes to work every morning feeling exhausted after staying up all night.
Amazing. You are halfway through the workout. How are you feeling? You're building a truly super sentence. So, our guy stayed up all night and he's exhausted at work. What do you think is going to happen? There has to be a consequence, an effect of his actions. Let's add that to our sentence. This is where the story takes a turn.
He goes to work every morning feeling exhausted after staying up all night and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk.
Oh no, he did it. He fell asleep at work. This is the moment so many people are afraid of. But before we get into the drama, let's look at that amazing new word we added, inadvertently.
Whoa, inadvertently? That's a fantastic word. It sounds long and complicated, but what does it mean here exactly?
It's a great question. Inadvertently simply means accidentally or unintentionally. It means he did not plan to fall asleep. He didn't put his head down on his desk and say, "Time for a nap." It just happened. His body was so exhausted that it shut down without his permission.
That makes perfect sense. So it's the opposite of doing something on purpose. He fell asleep on purpose? No, he fell asleep inadvertently. Let's tackle the pronunciation of this monster. It has 5 syllables. Let's go slow.
In, ad, ver, tent, ly. The stress is on the third syllable, ver. That's the one you want to say with the most energy. Inadvertently.
Let's try it together, slowly. In, ad, ver, tent, ly. Inadvertently. A little faster now. Inadvertently.
It's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? How about we try this? I inadvertently invited 10 ants.
I inadvertently invited 10 ants. That's a good one. It helps you practice the sound. Okay, so for synonyms or other words that mean the same thing, you could use unintentionally or accidentally. Those are a bit easier to say, but inadvertently sounds very intelligent and precise.
So he inadvertently falls asleep at his desk. Notice the verb there, falls asleep. We don't usually say he sleeps at his desk. We use the phrase fall asleep to describe the moment you go from being awake to being asleep. It's a process.
And look at the pronunciation of at his desk. We don't say at his desk, we connect them. The T in at and the H in his can get a little messy. Often we drop the H sound in his and say atis. Listen, at his desk, at his desk.
This is getting really advanced, but it's a great trick. Okay, this sentence is now officially long. This is a challenge. Let's try to say it all together from the very beginning. Deep breath.
He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk.
Wow, just listen to that sentence. It flows. It has a rhythm. It tells a story with a real consequence. You are building a C1 level sentence right now. You should be very proud. Let's try it one more time.
He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk.
Okay, the situation is bad. He's asleep at his desk. But what is happening in his mind? Let's add a layer of imagination to the story. This makes it so much more vivid and interesting for the reader or listener.
He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk dreaming of a tropical paradise.
Ah, a tropical paradise. I love that. So while his body is in a boring, stressful office, his mind has escaped to a beautiful beach with white sand, blue water, and palm trees. That's a tropical paradise.
This contrast is what makes the story so much better. The reality of the office versus the dream of the paradise. It's a classic storytelling technique. Think of the movie The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, where the main character is always escaping his boring life by dreaming of incredible adventures. A tropical paradise. Let's start with tropical. Trop e col. The stress is on the first syllable, tropical. And then paradise, paradise.
Notice the middle sound. In American English, when a T or D is between two vowel sounds, it often becomes a very fast D sound, which we call a flap. It's not paradise, it's more like paradise. Listen, paradise.
It's the same sound as in water or butter, that quick flap sound. So, he's dreaming of a tropical paradise. The comma before dreaming is important here. It introduces another one of those participle phrases, just like feeling exhausted. It's telling us what he is doing at the same time he's asleep.
This sentence is becoming a beast. It's a beautiful, long, descriptive beast. Are you ready to try saying it the whole thing? This is a serious mouth workout. Let's do it.
He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk, dreaming of a tropical paradise.
That is magnificent. If you can say that sentence smoothly, you are doing incredibly well. The flow, the connections, the rhythm, it's all there.
Let's not stop here. The story isn't over. He's in a peaceful paradise in his mind, but what's about to happen in the real world?
Every good story needs a moment of suspense, a moment where everything changes. Our character is peacefully dreaming, but we're about to wake him up, rudely. Let's add the drama. He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk, dreaming of a tropical paradise, only to be startled awake by a sudden noise.
Oh no, the jump scare. I hate that feeling when you're woken up suddenly. Your heart starts beating so fast. He was on a beach and now, bam, he's back in the office.
This is a fantastic new phrase we added, only to be. We use this phrase to introduce an unexpected and often negative or ironic result. He was having a wonderful dream, only to be woken up. It's like saying, and then the opposite of what you expected happened.
For example, she studied for weeks for the test, only to get sick on the day of the exam. It shows a disappointing twist. Here, the twist is being startled awake.
Let's look at the word startled. 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 To be startled means to be suddenly surprised or shocked by something. Like when someone jumps out from behind a door to scare you, you are startled.
Let's check out the pronunciation. Startled. Again, look at that in the middle. It's between an R and a vowel sound, so it becomes that fast flap D sound again. It's not startled, it's startled, startled.
And the ed ending here sounds like a D, startled. This is different from the id in exhausted. This is one of the trickiest parts of English pronunciation, but with practice, it becomes automatic.
So he was startled awake by a sudden noise. Sudden. Stress on the first syllable. Sudden. Noise. The dream is over, reality is back, and it's probably not good.
I feel so much tension now. What was the noise? Who is there? This is getting exciting. But first, we have to practice our massive sentence. This is the level 8 challenge.
Are you ready?
Let's do it. Take a deep breath, follow my pace. He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk, dreaming of a tropical paradise, only to be startled awake by a sudden noise.
Incredible. That sentence is a journey. If you need to, pause the video and practice it a few times. Break it into parts. The first part about going to work, the second part about falling asleep, the third part about the dream, and the final part, the rude awakening.
You are building serious fluency muscles now. 2 more levels to go. Let's find out what happens to our poor, sleepy hero.
This is it, the moment of truth. He's been startled awake. His eyes are opening. What does he see? This is the climax of our short story.
He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk, dreaming of a tropical paradise, only to be startled awake by a sudden noise, realizing the precarious situation he was in with his boss standing right in front of him.
Oh, my stomach just dropped. That is the worst case scenario. It's not a coworker. It's not the cleaning staff. It is his boss. I would be mortified. My heart will be pounding out of my chest.
Me too. This is a nightmare. But let's look at the language we used. We added another fantastic advanced word here, precarious.
Ooh, precarious. That's a great word. It sounds a bit like careful, but what does it really mean here?
That's a great observation. It does sound a bit like careful. Precarious means a situation that is not safe or secure. It's uncertain, unstable, and could easily become very bad. Imagine standing on the very edge of a cliff. Your situation is precarious. One wrong move and it's all over.
So his job is on the line. He could be fired. The situation is incredibly risky and dangerous for his career. That's a perfect word. Precarious situation.
Let's get the pronunciation right. Precarious. It has 4 syllables, and the stress is on the second one, care. You have to really emphasize that part. Precarious.
Let's all try it. Precarious. Again, precarious. And some simple synonyms would be risky, uncertain, or even dangerous. But precarious is so much more descriptive. It captures the feeling of being in a very delicate and unstable position.
So he is realizing the precarious situation. And what is that situation? His boss standing right in front of him. The word right here is used for emphasis, not just in front of him, but right in front of him, inches away. There is no escape.
This is so stressful. It's like a horror movie, but for the office. I can just picture the scene. The guy's eyes slowly focusing, and the first thing he sees is his boss's shoes, and then he looks up. Ugh, the horror.
It's true. Okay, everyone. This is the Mount Everest of our workout, level 9. It's long, it's complex, and it's full of amazing vocabulary. Don't be intimidated. We'll do it together, slowly at first.
Deep breath. Here we go. He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk, dreaming of a tropical paradise, only to be startled awake by a sudden noise, realizing the precarious situation he was in with his boss standing right in front of him.
That is a truly super sentence. But our story has one more level, the final twist. What does the boss do? Does he yell? Does he fire him? Let's find out.
We have reached the final level, the end of our story. We've built the tension up to its highest point. The situation is precarious. Now we need a resolution. And we're going to give our story an unexpected and kind ending.
He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk, dreaming of a tropical paradise, only to be startled awake by a sudden noise, realizing the precarious situation he was in with his boss standing right in front of him, who, against all odds, just smiled and said, "Looks like you could use a coffee."
Wow, I was not expecting that. I was expecting him to be fired on the spot. What a cool boss.
That is the biggest plot twist.
I know, right? All that tension and then relief. The final piece we added contains our second idiom, against all odds. This is a brilliant phrase.
It is. Against all odds means that something happened even though it was extremely unlikely or seemed almost impossible. The odds are the chances of something happening. If the odds are against you, you are probably going to fail. But if you succeed against all odds, it's a surprise victory.
For example, against all odds, our small, unknown team won the championship. It was a miracle. Here, the miracle is that the boss is not angry. Considering the situation, you would expect him to be furious. But, against all odds, he was understanding.
So the boss, who against all odds just smiled and said, "Looks like you could use a coffee." This is such a natural, common phrase in English.
Looks like is a casual way of saying, it seems that, or I observe that. And you could use a coffee is a gentle way of saying you need a coffee, or a coffee would be good for you right now. It's a very empathetic or understanding thing to say. He sees the problem, the employee is exhausted, and offers a solution. Coffee.
Best boss ever. This final level transforms our story from a workplace horror into a moment of human kindness. It's a beautiful ending.
And now for the final challenge, the full 10-level masterpiece sentence. We have worked so hard to build this, let's say it with pride and confidence. Are you ready for the grand finale?
Let's do this. Take your time, feel the story from beginning to end. He goes to work every morning, feeling exhausted after staying up all night, and inadvertently falls asleep at his desk, dreaming of a tropical paradise, only to be startled awake by a sudden noise, realizing the precarious situation he was in with his boss standing right in front of him, who, against all odds, just smiled and said, "Looks like you could use a coffee." That was the super sentence workout. We started with just 2 words and we built this incredible, complex, and beautiful sentence.
Absolutely. That was an amazing workout.
Okay, catch your breath. Now, before we go, it's your turn for a final challenge.
Our story was about an awkward, precarious, and embarrassing moment at work that ended surprisingly well. We all have stories like that. Maybe they didn't end as well as our story, but we all have them.
So here is your task. We want you to tell us about a time you felt really embarrassed or were in an awkward situation. What happened and how did you handle it? What was the result?
Take a few minutes to think about it and then write your story in the comments section below. And please do not worry if you make grammatical mistakes or spelling errors. That is not important. The goal is to communicate, to tell your story.
Exactly. Our community here is amazing and supportive. Everyone will help you, and we will read as many of your stories as we can. Sharing your own experiences is one of the best ways to practice and to connect with other learners.
Thank you so much for joining us today and for working so hard. Make this kind of practice a daily habit. Take a simple sentence and try to build it level by level. It will improve your English faster than you can imagine.
It really will. If you enjoyed this workout, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to English Made Easy so you don't miss our next lesson. Keep practicing, keep building, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye everyone. Happy building!